And good evening from the Jones Center for Game 2 of your doubleheader here this evening between Wilmington and Goldey-Beacom, as it is a rematch between the two squads that competed in the first round of the CACC playoffs last year. It was a thriller from the Jones Center, with Goldey-Beacom taking down Wilmington in that one. So Wilmington will be out for some revenge in this one. But for Goldey-Beacom, they look to get off the schneid and get their first conference victory here in front of the Jones Center faithful. And the Wilmington Wildcats come in 3-3 on the season, and they are 1-0 in conference play. And so they will represent a tough challenge tonight for Goldey-Beacom, as the Lightning have struggled in many assets of the game. And they just haven't looked like a complete team as of yet to this point, but they certainly have plenty of time remaining left in this season to get that squared away, and it would start here tonight with a solid performance against Wilmington. Crawford drives and gets it to go here in the first half as Livingston gets it inside, and a teardrop jumper for Lawrence Livingston. Man, he looks to drive, but it's off of his foot. But a good hustle by Cephas to get onto the floor. Crawford drives inside. Strong take by John Crawford. 14. Inside, nice look by Cephas and gives it to Parks. Back down with it, and Parks takes it away. Nice look for Cephas, far side three, and it goes for Darnell Cephas. Cephas again, the turnaround jumper. Leading three-point shooter for the Lightning knocks it down, and he's on the board for the first time, and we're tied at 16. And Picard gets a block inside and off the mark, but an offensive rebound by Fleming, and the putback is good. Numbers the other way for Wilmington. Dennis creates the contact, and he gets it to go. And a timeout from Coach Hammond and the Lightning, as Wilmington's lead has swelled to 5. So with 6:24 remaining here in the opening period, Wilmington has held strong so far, and they lead 23-18. This is their largest lead at 5 points. The Lightning have led by 1. Cephas gives to Fleming inside, and that's a nice give by Cephas. McDuffie to tie it, and he does. Sam McDuffie from downtown. We are tied at 23, and a clean block by Fleming. 5:09 remaining in the opening half. Deadlocked at 23. Here's McDuffie, and here he goes. Of the first half, 4 minutes remaining. Lightning up by 1. Crawford wide open three, and he'll hit that all day long. Much taller Freeman, but he creates his shot. Elgood for 3, and it goes for Manny Elgood. But since Coach Hammond called that timeout, the Lightning have been on a spurt. McDuffie for 3, and it goes for Sam McDuffie. Now with 70 seconds remaining. King for 3, no good. A good box out by Livingston for the rebound. Inside to Owens, and a good end of the half for Goldey-Beacom as they stop the final possession. And a solid second portion of that first half for Goldey-Beacom as they surge into the locker room with their largest lead of the game. Your first half score, Goldey-Beacom 37 and Wilmington 28. And the same starting 5 as Livingston has replaced McDuffie, as Parks knocks it down from downtown. They work it around Freeman. Turnaround block by Livingston. Owens works off of Livingston inside. Good defense once again by Livingston. Similar to how they ended the first half. Livingston inside forces another miss. How about Livingston right now? 14-point lead into Crawford, and a good take there by John Crawford. Nice ball movement to Elgood for three, and man, he's on fire right now. And Terrence will lead the break the other way. Elgood, easy two. Elgood, jumper, and it goes for Manny Elgood. Down, he has come up with some hustle plays here in the second half. Crossover blocked by Livingston. How about that? So Mason thinks he's getting on the board for the first time in this game, and Livingston says, no, thank you. 10 to go on the shot clock, 16-point Lightning lead. And Elgood and Livingston have been the stories here in the second half. Cephas for three, and it goes for Darnell Cephas. And finally, Wilmington calls a timeout, and how about this start to the second half for Goldey-Beacom? 56-37. Parks for three. It goes. 7. And blocked by Livingston again. Wilmington controlled the game for the first 10 minutes, but the Lightning ever since have been on a crusade. And they have been on fire here in the second half. And they look to keep it up for the remaining 11 minutes. And by far the best crowd we have seen here this evening, and typical of a Wilmington Goldey-Beacom game. Like this will go a long way. Cephas to Elgood, fakes a three, takes the three, and it goes for Manny Elgood. An outlet to McDuffie, a dangerous pass, but Sam will take it in, and a chance for a three-point play. Elgood, who's been the spark plug, gives over to Crawford for three. Bang! Cannot get one to go as Fleming is able to get the board. McDuffie, wide open, Picard for three. Bang! One of two as an early breakout by Elgood, and the alley-oop to John Crawford. How about that? As this place erupts. Elgood into Crawford again. How about that tandem? McDuffie with the rebound, and that should do it as Russell gets the hold it call by Coach Hammond. And your final score here tonight, Goldey-Beacom 89, Wilmington 60. And a second half to remember for the Lightning as they come back. It looked dicey in the first half, but the Lightning came through in a big way, especially here in the second half. McDuffie playing fewer minutes than we've seen from him this year, still gets 16. Terrence Parks had a quiet 12. And enough can't be said about Lawrence Livingston in this one. He only had 2 points, but he started in this one and had 5 blocks, which really set the tone, especially here in the second half. For Wilmington, their leading scorer in the game was Herb Dennis with 17, and Robert Owens had 12, and Freeman had 11, but it was a struggle all game long, especially in the second half for Wilmington, and their leading scorer, Isaiah Mason, held scoreless in 27 minutes of action. So the Lightning's defense came to play. Their offense woke up in the second half big time, and they come away with a victory here tonight at the Jones Center and pull even in their CACC mark to 1-1. Lightning with their most complete win of the season. They take it tonight 89-60 over their crosstown rival Wilmington.